Hello everybody, Cheryl here from Love and Light Yoga, and tonight I have a really quick yoga practice for you that you can use at any time of the day, but it's going to be particularly good to use just before bedtime. It is a very gentle practice and it is designed to get us really thinking about the breath, so starting to calm the breath down, calm the body down in preparation for sleep. So if you are ready, let's begin. So we are going to begin either on our mats or on our beds, if that's where we are. After all, we are preparing for bed. And we're just going to start in cross-legged. We're going to bring the hands onto the knees and we're just going to start linking up a little bit of movement with our breath. So very slowly, we're going to start to open up the chest, roll the shoulders back, maybe take the gaze up slightly as we inhale. As we exhale, we're going to tuck the chin into the chest, maybe straighten out through the arms and really arch through the upper back. So just inhaling to come forward, opening the chest, little dip in the low back, exhaling to round and tuck the chin under. So just moving through some seated cat-cows here, keeping the breath long and smooth. Movements are matching, movements are nice and smooth, nice and fluid. And we're just allowing everything to become nice and soft. The breath, the body, starting to calm everything down. Let's take one more round. So one more inhale, one more exhale, and then just coming up to seated. If the legs are crossed, you can, if you wish, change the cross of the legs. And we're just going to check in with the neck here. So what I want you to do is close your eyes and I want you to imagine that you have a little pencil on the very tip of your nose. And we're just going to start by drawing some little tiny circles with the nose. So just making the circles small, gradually spiraling them out, getting a little bit bigger each time until eventually we are making these nice big circles with the nose, with the neck. And you can make this movement as big as you want here. And I feel like doing it this way just lets us connect into the neck a little bit more mindfully rather than just throwing the head back, which sometimes our head can just be a little bit too heavy for that. Let's switch directions, taking it the opposite way, this time making the circles nice and big to begin with. Gradually spiraling them in, getting a little bit smaller each time, until we are back in center, making these little teeny tiny circles with the nose, and then coming back to stillness. And if the eyes are closed, you can go ahead and open them up now. We're just going to take a few big shoulder rolls here. So nothing too fancy, just rolling the shoulders up towards the ears, taking them down, letting them fall down the back, keeping nice and tall in through the spine. And then coming back to center, back to stillness. And we're going to release the legs out long here. So we're just going to start by bringing both legs out long. And we're going to be finding our Janusarsasana here, so our one-legged forward fold. So we're going to start by bringing the right knee in. And then we're going to let the knee fall out towards the side. So the sole of the right foot is going to come somewhere along the inside of the left leg. And it's up to you where you want it to be. So maybe you want it to be quite far up towards the body. Maybe you want it to be a little bit further down. And it's also up to you whether you want to have the left knee completely straight or maybe you want to have a little bit of a bend. So if we're feeling a little bit softer, if we're getting more into the realms of thinking about relaxing into this, we might want to have the knee bent. But wherever we are, we're going to have the hands either side of the straightened leg. We're going to sit nice and tall through the spine, and we're going to relax the right knee down towards the mat. We take a nice big inhale, sit nice and tall. As we exhale, we slowly start to walk the hands down either side of the leg, coming into our forward fold. Once we start to meet a point of resistance, that's where we want to stop, and that's where we want to relax. So we want to relax the upper body down over the leg. Let your head hang heavy, no tension in your neck. Shoulders are heavy. Lots of space in the low back. Just breathe here. Nice big inhales and full exhales. Take a little scan through your body. Notice if there's anywhere that you're holding on to tension that you just don't need. Allow that tension to melt away. Maybe your body starts to drift a little bit closer towards the leg. Maybe it's a microscopic movement. You might not even notice it, but maybe we start to come a little bit lower. Let's take one more nice big inhale, a full exhale, and then nice and slowly we can walk the hands back up either side of the leg. If the right knee needs a little bit of help coming in, we can just help it come in. We're going to send the right leg out long, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this time bringing the left knee in towards the chest, and then just letting that knee drop out towards the side. So sole of the left foot comes somewhere along the inside of the right leg. Bearing in mind this side could feel completely different from the other, so you choose, do you want to have the sole of the foot quite high up the leg? Maybe you want to have it a little bit lower. And then do we want to have the right knee straight, or do we want to bring a little bit of a bend into the knee? We're going to take the hands either side of the straightened leg. We're going to sit nice and tall through the spine. We're going to continue letting that left knee drop out towards the side. Take a nice big inhale, sit tall. Exhale, we slowly start to walk the hands back down either side of the leg. Again, just coming to that point where we start to feel a little bit of resistance in the body. And then that's your cue to let go. So once we find that point, we're just going to release the upper body down and over the legs. We want to just let gravity do the work here. So the head is heavy, the neck is heavy. Shoulders, arms. No tension in your upper body at all. Just let gravity do the work here. Keep breathing. And again, just notice if there's anywhere in your body that is causing you any restrictions. So is there anywhere that you're holding on that you don't need to? Is there anywhere that you can let go or release a little bit more? Which is maybe going to help you drop a little bit lower towards the leg. Keep breathing here. Nice full inhales and exhales. Let's take one more cycle of breath all together. A nice big breath in and your breath out. And then nice and slowly we can start to walk the hands back up towards the hips. This knee might need a little bit of help to come in. We can help it come in. And we're going to keep the sole of the foot on the floor. We're going to bring the right foot to the floor. And we're going to bring the hands out behind us here. We're just going to find a little rocking movement from side to side. So we can have the feet at hip distance apart, or if it feels better, we can widen them. And we're just going to let the knees drop in towards the middle. So just almost windshield wipering the knees here from side to side. Don't overthink it. It should be quite a nice natural movement. It shouldn't feel like we're doing too much here. Just letting the knees drop into the center and then out to the sides. Just releasing any tension in the hips or the lower back. Wherever we are, we'll take one more each side. And then we can meet back in center. We're going to bring the feet back in, and we're going to bring ourselves to lie down on our mats. So we're going to come to lie down, well, again, either on the mat or our beds. Doesn't really matter, just depends where we are. We're just going to bring ourselves to lie down, and we're just going to tuck the knees in towards the chest. We can take hold of either the fronts of the knees here or in behind the knees and just find a little rock from side to side. So it should just feel like a little massage for the lower back. Again, just releasing tension. And if this feels great and if this is where we want to stay, we can either stay here, just rocking from side to side, or if we want to go for a happy baby, we're just going to start to flex the toes back towards the shins. We're going to start to lift the feet, so almost like we were trying to stomp the feet on the ceiling here. And we can have the hands in behind the knees to start. We're going to start to open the knees out towards the side, so let your legs open. And then draw the knees down in towards the armpits. So it's almost like we were trying to plug the knees down into the armpits here. We can reach the hands up. We can take hold of the fronts of the legs, maybe the ankles, maybe the sides of the feet. And then gently draw those knees a little bit closer towards the floor. Happy baby pose here, breathing deeply into the hips. Finding space in the lower back. And then maybe we find a little rock from side to side here. So just rocking from one side to the other. Again, just massaging out the lower back. You can close the eyes here for a few breaths if you wish. If we're rocking, let's take one more each side and then meet back in center in our happy baby. To release, we can very gently just let go of the feet. Start to bring them nice and softly down towards the floor. We're going to keep soles of the feet with the knees bent up. And we're just going to widen the stance of the feet here. So either mat distance or a little bit wider than our hips. We're going to bring the hands up and overhead, let the hands fall down behind us. And then once again, just find that little windshield wiper movement with the knees. So just let the knees drop out towards the sides and then in towards the center. Again, not overthinking this, so not forcing or pushing anything. It should feel nice and natural, nice and organic. Just let the knees swish from one side to the other. Let's take one more on each side. Coming back to center. And then maybe stretching one leg out long, maybe stretching the other leg out long, maybe releasing the arms back down by the sides. And we can keep the hands down by the sides here, or we can bring one or both hands onto our heart center. We can close off the eyes if they're not already. And just take a few deep breaths here. So breathing in through the nose, right down into our bellies. And exhale. Not doing anything fancy, just taking a few deep and mindful breaths. Allowing the breath to slow down and the heart rate to slow down. Preparing ourselves for rest, for sleep. If you are already in your bed, maybe this is where you want to stay and finish the practice. Or maybe if we need to get back up, we can very slowly begin to roll ourselves onto one side, press up into a comfortable seated position. And we can close off our practice with a nice big inhale to reach the hands up towards the sky, palms come together, and we exhale, hands down to our heart center. And namaste, everybody. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Whether you are ready for sleep or not, I hope you're feeling a little bit calmer. I hope your breath is a little bit smoother and a little bit deeper. And whatever you are doing for the rest of your day or your night, I hope you have a good one, and I hope you have a lovely sleep. Namaste.